This is the first chapter on our lecture series. So in this chapter I'll give you a brief introduction of our software, that is STAAD Pro. So here STAAD stands for Structure Analysis and Design, and Pro stands for the program. So STAAD Pro is a software that does structural analysis and design of the civil engineering structures. So it can do structural analysis and design of a whole lot of civil engineering structures. So it can do buildings, so any kind of building it can do. It can do bridges and other structures, so steel warehouses. So here in this lecture series I'll be using STAAD Pro V8i Select Series 4, and you can use other versions as well, so they pretty much look similar. Once you open your program, you will land up here. So here you can see the first one is the project tags, from where you can open a new project or open an existing project, or you can change the configuration of your software. Also here on the right side you can find the recent files, and so I just did some of these buildings. Okay, if you hover over it, and you can see the preview of that structure over here, and over here you can see the license configuration. So from here you can see the help topics, where you can access certain help and user manual of this software, and here you can see the license configuration. Once you land up here, the first thing that you have to do is, so if you're already working on any of the structure, you can open that structure or structural file from here. But if you're creating any file from scratch, just click on new project. So we click on new project here. Okay, so before doing that we have to do certain configuration. Let's do that. So click on configuration over here, left click, and from here you can select the unit that you want to work on. So if you want to work with meter and kilonewton, so you can use the metric, and if you want to work with pound and foot, where foot is the unit of the length and pound is the unit of the force, you can use English. So I'll be using metric. So after that, next thing that you can change is, so go to STAAD default design codes. So from here you can change these design codes later also, but you can change from here as well. So select default steel design code. So here I select IS 800 2007. So you can select the code that is followed in your country. So as an example here I'll be using Indian standard codes, but you can follow along with the codes that are followed in your country. Also default concrete design code, I'll be using IS 456. So select any code that is followed in your country. Alright, so similarly you can select the aluminum code, timber code, and shear wall design code as well. So next thing that you can change is the global axis orientation. So click on this. So select the axis orientation. So Y up means that, so here we got three axes, that is X axis, Y axis, and the Z axis. So three axes. I'll show you these axes in a while. So if you click on Y up, which means that the upward axis or the vertical axis will be named as Y, and if you do Z up, then the vertical axis will be named as Z, based on the orientation of the axis. So how you model your structure will be determined. So select Y up, okay, so which is the default one, and it is also helpful. And okay, so also you can change the background color. So if you want the white background or you want the black background, and you can also change other things like section profile table. So from here I'll select the Indian. Okay, so I'll select Indian here. So you can select the country that you live in, and you can select the country whose profile table is followed in your country. So just click on apply, or you can just directly say accept. So once you have made the configuration as per your requirement, the next thing that you do is click on new project. So here different options are available. So space means that, so if you check space, so it means that a space is a structure which is a three-dimensional framed structure. So this is basically talking about the normal civil engineering structures. For example, a building or a bridge, they are in 3D form, so you can use this option in order to model those structures. Similarly, we got option as plane. So a plane is a structure bounded by x y coordinate, so it is just a single plane, so it is not 3D. You cannot go in the third dimension here. Similarly, we got a floor, or we got truss. So we'll use the space option and we'll name our file here. So I'll just keep it as default, and also you can change the location of your file. So always make a separate folder for the STAAD Pro files, because when you model your building and you analyze and you design, a lot of results are produced and those results are saved in a separate files. So STAAD Pro will create multiple files for a structure or a project, so you have to create a separate folder so that you don't mess up your other items. So here also you can change the unit of the length, so I'll keep the meter. You can change it to foot, millimeter, centimeter, and the unit of the force also you can change from here. So you can keep the kilonewton, kilo, pound, pound, okay, whatever you are comfortable with, or the unit that is followed or normally followed in your country, you can select that. After that, click on next. So here we'll use the add beam option. So beam here doesn't only mean the beam that we normally understand in a building. So beam here means all the beams and all the columns. So this is basically a frame. So if you want to add a plate, so a plate means a slab. So beam here is defined as a member, and plate and solids, they are defined as the elements. Also you can use the structure wizard to start your project. So right now I'll use only add beam option. So after that, click on finish. So once you are done with those things, you will land up here. So this is the user interface of the STAAD Pro. So this user interface might look very unfamiliar to you. Okay, so this might be a new thing for you, and it is normal and it is understandable. So as we proceed in this course, each and everything that is over here will become familiar to you. So here I'll give you the explanation of the few things that you see over here. On the top you see the menu bar. There are different menus. These menu bars give access to all the facilities or all the things that you can do in the STAAD Pro. We got the file menu, which will help you to create a new project or open an existing project, save it, and print. So print, export, import files from AutoCAD. And here also edit menu will be for undo, redo, cut, copy, delete, take picture if you want to take the snapshot of your work. Similarly, view menu is for toggling between different view options. So tools, there are different tools that you can use. For example, calculator you can use to calculate, unit converter, dimension in order to give dimension to your structural members, and so on and so forth. Similarly, select menu is for selecting the structural members or the elements. So there are various ways by which you can easily select the member that you want to select or the members that you want to select. Similarly, we got a geometry, so from where you can draw beams, draw plates, and you can do other things as well. And we got the commands, from where you can change the thickness of your slab, surface thickness, you can change the member property, so geometry, material constants and geometry constants, and many other things. So analyze, so after you are done with your structure, you can analyze your structure. Similarly, we got the mode. So there are various modes available in STAAD Pro, and we'll see those modes in this course. So similarly, we got window menu, and we also got the help menu. Below the menu bar we got the toolbar. So this is the horizontal toolbar, and this over here is the vertical toolbar. This toolbar basically contains the commands that are already available in the menu bar, but these commands are the commands that are used most frequently. So they are displayed here so that we can easily access them. After that, you see this main window over here. So this is the window where we work and where we create our model, we apply the loads, we analyze, we see the results of the analysis, and we finally design. So we do everything in this window. And on the left side of this main window, you can see the page control. So here, page control, you can see the various options. Page control has got one row and it has got another row. So if we click on setup, this place control contains options in the order that we generally follow to design our building. For example, if we click on setup, this will tell us to set up our project. So we'll give the name of the job, who is the client, job number, and other things we can fill here. After that, so once we are done with the setup, if we click on geometry, here we can define the grids or define the geometry of our structure. We also draw our beam, draw the slab, and we do the other things. So after doing the geometry, we go to the general, where we can change the property or the specifications. We apply the loads, we apply the support loads, and we also define the materials. After doing all these things, we do the analysis, and after that we do the design. So this is the main menu and this is the sub menu. Okay, so this sub menu can do a specific thing. For example, here the property sub menu is used to define the property of beams, columns, or the slab. So for example, beam property means, you know, what size of beam you want and what is the material of that beam, whether it is a steel, whether it is aluminum, or other things. On the top of this main window, we got the different modes of operation. Here the mode of operation that we are currently in is the modeling mode, where we model our structure, we apply the load. After doing all these things, we go to the post-processing mode, where we see the results of analysis. We can see the bending moments, shear force, axial forces, and other things. And here we got steel design and concrete design, so from where we can do steel or the concrete design of our structural members. Similarly, we got other modes as well. Alright guys, so this is all about the user interface of the STAAD Pro. If this looks very new or very unfamiliar, don't worry, we will learn each and everything that is over here. Okay, so no need to worry, we will learn this software and we will learn this very well.
We will continue in the next lecture. Please keep practicing regularly. Regular practice encourages active application of knowledge gained. Till then, goodbye. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so that you receive videos on time. Activating the notification bell ensures viewers receive updates about new upload.